Sometimes cruising through the Straits of Florida in February can offer some challenges when it comes to the forecast, but this time might be a little different. We're going to talk about it in this edition of What's the Weather? Hi everyone and welcome to What's the Weather? I'm Brett.
I'm Sherry.
You know, a lot of folks go on vacation and they have that big question of,
what's the weather?
And that's what we're here for. And we really appreciate everyone who's been checking out our channel and watching our videos so far and finding out
what's the weather
for where they are going. All right, today we're taking a look at cruises through the Bahamas to Cozumel, specifically on the Disney Dream. But if you have any cruise coming out of, say, Port Canaveral or Miami, I think this video will apply.
Yes, and ours is specifically for Fort Lauderdale, I think is what we set this one. So if you are on the Dream going out of Fort Lauderdale the month of February, we got you covered.
I think specifically it's 1st through the 6th and then the 15th through the 20th. But we're looking over at the overall weather pattern. And you've got some suggestions?
I do. I'm going to finish up. I was talking about the fish extenders in the last video, and now I'm going to talk about pixie dusting.
All right, so we're going to start with the forecast. Sherry's got a suggestion, then we're going to check out that second half of February forecast. So without further ado, let's get on to the forecast. All right, let's check that forecast for your cruise. And, you know, overall, this looks like it's going to be a great week to be cruising. Sometimes in early February, there can be a bit of a challenge when it comes to frontal boundaries moving through South Florida and into the Bahamas, offering up a chance of rain. But this time around, it appears we're going to have a very large area of high pressure set up right over that region. What does high pressure do? Well, it typically provides sinking air. It typically provides plenty of sunshine. And in most instances, dry weather. Now, I can't rule out as we take a look at the overall cruise forecast that we might not catch a shower at some point in Cozumel or maybe at Castaway Cay, but the rest of the week is really looking nice. Maybe a little cool on Tuesday and again arriving back into port on Thursday. But overall, this is looking like a great week to be on a cruise. Let's break this down for you day by day. We'll start with Saturday, February 1st, the sail away at Fort Lauderdale. Temperatures in the upper 70s. There's always a predominant wind around Fort Lauderdale or South Florida out of the east at about 15 miles an hour. So this will be the case once again for the sail away party, but should be dry. Now we get out to sea and things are looking fantastic. Breezy winds. There will be some small waves, maybe a small chop headed through the Straits of Florida along and between Florida and Cuba for that day of sea. Approaching Cozumel on Monday, February 3rd. There's a little front that works its way through. Here's a small chance of rain with that front. Very weak front. It just brings that small chance of rain, slightly cooler temperatures than what Cozumel may have experienced on Sunday. So when I say slightly cooler, maybe instead of 85, it's 82 with an east-northeast wind that is breezy at times at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. So if you're in and out of any kind of water, just remember that that breeze could add a little chill as the wind evaporates the water off your skin. But overall, I think a really nice day in Cozumel. Back out at sea, we're headed back toward Castaway Cay. We've got a great day over the waters. We're going back through the Straits of Florida. Breezy east winds, that's going to add some chill, some poolside coolness to you again. You get out of the pool, you have water on your skin, the wind's evaporating that water. It just kind of cools your body temperature down just a little bit. Now, here we get away to the private island and a small chance for a shower. I mean, a small chance, probably a 20% chance or less. Maybe what you'll notice more is the slightly cooler temperatures. Remember that front that went through when you were arriving in Cozumel? Well, some of that cooler air has settled into Florida and toward the Bahamas. So there is a chance on Wednesday, February 5th, that you have a slightly cool day for all your beach time activities. 72 degrees with an east-southeast wind about 15 miles an hour. And it should be 80%, 90% of the day dry, but just that little tiny chance for rain. Headed back to Fort Lauderdale, arriving into port early on Thursday the 6th, disembarking at 8 a.m., temperature right around 70 degrees, with an east wind again at 15 miles an hour and plenty of clouds. All right, that's a look at the first cruise in the first part of February. After Sherry's suggestion, we'll take a look at the second, the middle part of the month, for another cruise on the Disney Dream.
Hey everyone. All right, Sherry's tip for today. I want to talk pixie dust. Pixie dust is just spreading a little Disney magic when you're on a Disney cruise. It's not an official thing like the fish extenders are. It's more of a just randomly gifting people with whatever you've brought to give. I wanted to sign up for a fish extender, but I missed the deadline, and so instead I took all my gifts and I just made them pixie dust. You put them in the same fish extender containers that are outside the door, and sometimes you'll have fancy ones and sometimes it'll just be a Disney bag or something, but whatever it is, it's just fun to leave a little something for someone to come back at the end of the night and they look in there and they see that they've gotten a little gift, and it's just kind of a neat little thing. So what can you pixie dust? Well, really you can do pretty much anything. We got candy, we got this really cute little can opener, we got some koozies, we got a lot of stickers, we got one of the the little pins, like for pin trading, we got one of those, and we got the boys got a lot of candy, which they thought was pretty cool. So it's really a variety of things that I like to give out are glow sticks for pirate night. You can get those at Dollar Tree. I like to give out, I make magnets for the doors. And so one of the things that I did was when I missed the sign up on my fish extender and people were saying that they wanted to still trade with people, I got their cabin numbers and then found out ages or what their kids liked. And then I made different magnets so that they could put them on the door for their kids. I like to make magnets. I have a silhouette machine, and so I do a lot of this crafty stuff myself. And then so they're really easy to make. Don't feel like, again, if you're decorating your door, I'll have a whole thing about that later. But it's just fun to give out little things. Now, I've seen people, they might give out like fruit snacks, and they might do it to a random kid in the elevator, or they might give out little just any kind of little Disney sticker. Sometimes I've seen them do it at dinner. If you see like kids behaving really well at dinner and you kind of want to reward them for that, you'll just randomly give them things. And it's this randomness of the gift giving that is what makes pixie dusting so awesome, because it's really a Disney community thing. So again, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can do a wide variety of things. And one of the other things that I have seen that I really, really liked was someone on the outside of their door, they had suckers just signed up, and it was just like walking by, feel free to take a sucker. And that was kind of a neat thing too, because that was just kind of random. You're walking down a hallway and there's, Tootsie Roll suckers for you to take. It was kind of nice. So if you are so inspired, it does add to the magic, but that's the difference between the fish extenders, which is an organized thing, and the pixie dusting, which is just random Disney fun.
Remember, the weather pattern is repeating, so we're looking at two different time periods that we'll be basing our forecast on. One was in November, one was in December. Both those times we had this little area of low pressure moving out of the Gulf of Mexico, and so that will offer up a few small chances of rain on this cruise, and it will drag a cold front through South Florida and into the Bahamas toward the tail end of that cruise. We'll talk about the influence this area of low pressure and that front will have in this forecast. All right, now it's time to look at that second cruise that's leaving out of Port Canaveral, headed to Cozumel and back over to Castaway Cay. Middle part of February, and it still looks like we're going to get another break here with some really nice weather. Weather pattern continues to cycle. We use the repeating weather pattern cycle theory, or the Lezak recurring cycle theory, using long-range forecasting methods that are tried and true. So with this forecast, what we're talking about is a small chance of rain on day one at Port Canaveral, maybe another small chance of rain on Tuesday with some cooler temperatures as you are leaving Cozumel and heading back toward Florida. But overall, let's go day by day on this forecast. We're starting out of Port Canaveral Saturday, February 15th. We've got a temperature around 77 with just that small chance of rain. And again, Florida usually sees an east wind at 15 miles an hour, so this will be the case. I think the second day at sea, as you're sailing through the Straits of Florida, is going to be fantastic. Temperatures near 80 degrees, just a little breezy. but an absolutely fantastic sea breeze, or sea day, I should say. Now, when you make it into Cozumel on Monday, the 17th, here you go. Again, we're in the tropics. We've got sea breezes that develop. Sea breezes develop when there is a differential heating between the land and the sea. So in the afternoon, as the land heats up, you get a breeze that starts to blow in from the water, and that creates some lift in the atmosphere, and you can have a passing shower. So can't rule out a passing shower, but overall, I think it's going to be a sunny and warm day in Cozumel on Monday, February 17th. Just a little breezy too. Southwest winds about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Back out at sea, we've got some breeze, but gentle rolling waves, making for another great day at sea on Tuesday, February 18th, with a mix of sun and clouds. All right, Castaway Cay, that's the next big stop. And it looks like we're going to deal with a little front coming through that could bring a few scattered showers and some cooler temperatures. But don't let that stop you from any of your beach time activities. I still think it's going to work out to be a wonderful day with lots of sunshine. But I do preface that with this. The cold front moving through Castaway Cay could bring a couple scattered showers early in the day and then some slightly cooler temperatures. And when we're talking about slightly cooler temperatures, we're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 70s. But lots of sunshine. That easterly wind that is so prevailing in that part of the world, out of the east at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. That front could have an impact as you get back to Port Canaveral, so maybe you keep out a jacket or a sweatshirt that you bought while you were on the cruise. You disembark at 8 a.m. out of Port Canaveral, and look at the temperature, 58 degrees, mostly sunny skies, but we'll have a north wind at 10 miles an hour. And that's a look at the second cruise from February 15th to the 20th on the Disney Dream. All right, so that's a look at the cruise forecast and Sherry's suggestion.
Yes.
I know what pixie dust is.
He does, and I hope I've inspired you to spread a little pixie dust on your next Disney vacation.
And if you've been inspired to like, share, or subscribe to this channel, please do so. And also tell folks about the channel.
Yeah, if they have a cruise coming up and you need a specific forecast, drop it in the comments and we'll do our best to help you out.
And of course, anytime we have a video, we have an appearance from Felix, the weather cat.
And he only waits till the outro.
Absolutely,
It's
until the
so
very
end.
Felix, thanks for showing up. Thank you for watching. And until next time, have a great vacation.